Hi, my name's Neil. I work for Focus Bikes. I'm here at J. James e-bike store in Rotherham. Just going to give you a quick overview of the SAM squared models we have here, and then later on we'll go into some of the Jam squared models that are available here too. Firstly, this is the new 2019 model. So we have the 6.8 and the 6.9. Both of them share the same frame technology and the same general layout. And what I'll do is I'll quickly go over a few of the features and then some of the spec items and why we do things in the way we do them. So the SAM is our enduro ready platform. So it's 170mm travel. So it's a really aggressive bike, perfect for the guys who want to race around the woods, or those who want to do some training for enduro series, or those who have trips to the Alps or any kind of bigger mountain riding. We spec them with a 75-degree seat angle, so it puts you in a really good riding position for grip on technical climbs, which with an e-bike is really beneficial. You'll find you'll be able to ride up stuff that you wouldn't normally ride up. And we spec them with a 65-degree head angle. So what that does is it means it's a super controlled ride. So a slack head angle, a wide handlebar means you've got lots of control, and it handles really well on really technical trails. There's some spec changes between the models, but the general layout and frame tech is the same across both. So they both use the Shimano Steps E8000 motor, which we use on both the SAM and the Jam. But specific to us, we use a smaller battery that's mounted inside the frame. We do that for a couple of reasons. The biggest reason we use it for is the bike handling, so it makes it super light. For example, the carbon Jam squared is down to 17.5 kilos. So for us, it means it handles more like a standard bike. But we do what we call a tech pack, so you can extend that range. In fact, you can double it, so from 378 to just over 620 watt hours. So if you want to do some longer distance trails, the option's there. You can have the extra range. However, if you want something that handles more like your normal bike, go for the standard without the extended battery. The extended battery is easily mounted, just mounts on the rails we have here, and there's a charging point underneath here for it. The added bonus to that is if you do go somewhere where you're going to do laps, so say a trail centre for example, it will use the spare battery first. So for example, you could go and do a lap of Langdegler, use the spare battery, get back to your car, have some lunch, take the spare battery off, get back out for your second ride and use the battery that's within the frame. So on your second lap, it's much lighter and it'll handle more like the bike you're used to. This model comes spec with a Fox 36 fork with a fit damper. It also comes with the Z brake with a 4-pot caliper on there. So it's out of the box, it's ready to go for alpine riding, really technical off-piste trails, or anything you really care to do on it. The model above it comes with a Lyric fork, and that comes with the the Code RSC brakes. So again, fully spec'd and ready for the most extreme trails you can ride. As standard, we do it in a 27.5 version, but for 2019 we spec these with what we would term as a Goldilocks tyre, which is a 2.6. So that means it's got a really good volume, big tyre, but also super grippy, and we spec maxes on both models. So again, out of the box, ready to ride. All of our trail mountain bike platforms use our patented fold mechanism. So this is our suspension platform designed by us, and we use this for a few reasons. Firstly, it's designed to be regressive in its first 30% of its travel. And what that means is for the first part of its travel, it's super grippy. So it sits into its travel really well. The first bit's really supple, so you get lots of grip on small bumps and corner grip. And then as it goes through its travel, that ramps up, so it becomes progressive. So basically that means the suspension gets harder to compress as it goes through its travel. What that means is when you're riding, it holds its position really well. So some people would describe it as mid-corner support, which you could do in several ways, which would normally be using spacers or a tune in the rear shock. We build that tunage into the linkage. So what that means for the end user is that as you're riding, you get a perfect combination of grip, suspension support, and travel when you need it. This is the 170mm version, so this has a longer linkage than, say, the Jam, which is a 140mm bike. It's essentially a single pivot rear end, so it's a solid rear triangle, which means it's super stiff, with the pivot here, which is the same as on our standard bike because of the way the Shimano motor works. But we tune the linkages depending on which model it is. So, for example, the SAM is a 170 bike, so it's a longer linkage. Jam is a 140, so it's a shorter linkage. So on the SAM and the Jam platform, we use the Shimano Steps E8000 motor, which we feel is the most efficient and the best motor for a trail mountain bike. There's a couple of reasons for that. The first one is the way that it sits in the frame. So you notice that the motor is all facing forward. And what that means is we can use the same pivot locations for our suspension that we use on our standard bikes. So we don't have to use a really long chainstay, which means the bike is really nimble. So a shorter chainstay means a bike turns a bit quicker and is easy to get the front wheel in the air, so it feels a lot more nimble. And also the way that the Shimano motor puts out power we find is better for trail mountain biking. So it has an eco, trail and a boost setting. Eco is as you'd imagine an eco to work. Boost gives you all the power in one hit. Whereas the trail setting lets you have about 85 to 95% of the power, although you can adjust that yourself. It puts out the power based on the power you're putting out, so the system has an inbuilt power meter. So what that means is if you're, for example, pedalling slowly towards a sharp corner, like a 180-degree hairpin, it won't kick and put you past that, so you don't have to freewheel more than you would normally. It's just a much more intuitive system than other e-bike systems on the market currently, and we feel that that really helps on a trail mountain bike. So we, like I say, we spec this on the SAM and the Jam hardtail currently. So I've been Neil from Focus Bikes. Hopefully you found that useful. I've been here at J. James Rotherman at e-bike store. If you want to see any of the bikes in person, pop down there and have a chat with the guys and they can talk you through the entire range.